Here today, you're going to need, if you have a small Pilates ball, great. A couple of blocks, great. A couple set of weights, light, medium, or heavy, and one spider. If you don't have any of those things at home, that's okay. Just do what you can. You can always do this whole thing with none of those things. It's going to make it a little bit more fun, more challenging. It's more distraction techniques than anything. All right, guys, so we're going to get started lying on your back. Going to pull the knees into your chest, wrapping the arms over the legs. You can also place the hands onto the hamstrings if you've got bad knees. Take both feet straight up into the air. Point and flex your feet. Warming up the ankles, activating the abs. 4 more. 3, 2, happy baby. Bending your knees, go wide, hold on to your toes. Bring both legs back up into the air again. You're going to lift your head and shoulders and pretend you've got an invisible rope hanging from your toes. You're going to grab a hold of that rope, hand over hand, doing a very slow rope climb going up towards the ceiling. Look at you go. You're almost there. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees into your chest and rest. Bridge pose. Place your feet down about hip width distance apart. You're going to gently press your lower back into the mat and squeeze your hips and glutes. Lifting your hips up a little bit off the floor. And lower down. Draw your knees into your chest. Bridge pose. Feet come down. Press your lower back, squeeze your hips, glutes, and lift the hips. Slowly lower down, 1 vertebra at a time. See if you can bring both knees into your chest at the same time. Both feet come down to the mat, same time. Hips come up to bridge, lift. Nice, slow, even pace, lower down. Knees to chest, same time. Both feet down, same time. Lift hips, lower down. Keeping a constant, even pace, pulling knees in, feet return, hips lift. Lower down, knees to chest, same time. Feet return, hips lift. Lower down, knees to chest, pull forehead to knees. Both legs straight into the air. Keep your head lifted. Open the legs to a wide V and reach through your legs. It's going to crunch it up a little higher. Hold it here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Knees to chest. Rock and roll forward and backwards on your spine and land in Navasana Navasana, boat pose. Feet are going to be lifted if you can. You can hold on or you can reach forward. Just depends on how beast-like you feel today. I'm feeling medium beast. I'm going to hold on. Not feeling extra beastie. 4, 3, 2, reverse tabletop. Feet come down, hands come back. So you can take the fingers more facing in towards your hips. Okay, if they go out a little bit, that's okay. Lean back, squeeze the tushy, lift the hips up, keep looking forward, and lower down. Boat pose, Navasana, lift. Reverse tabletop, even Stevens with pace as you lift, lower, and lift, and lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Bring him up, lower down, lift it up. Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet are going to touch, and then sit down forward over those legs, stretching it out. Make your way to hands and knees for bird dog. We're going to start by doing the right leg and the left arm. So extend the right leg and the left arm. We're going to lift and hold for a count of 5. Holding this up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Switching left leg, right arm. Now lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, child's pose, sitting it down, and circle out your wrists. Coming on to hands and knees for cat and cow. So you're going to start with the cow pose by relaxing the belly, look forward, creating that back bend, sway back. Inhale. Exhale, pull the belly button in, rounding through the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Neutral spine, down dog, curl the toes, lift the hips up high, soft knees. That means keep a little bend in them. We're going to go from down dog to child's pose at even tempo. So slowly lower down to your knees. Even speed, sitting the hips back towards the heels. Then coming back through center. Even speed, slow and control. Down dog, slow and control, just natural breathing. Again, coming forward, hovering as you lower down. Going into that child's pose, feeling the same speed. The same speed comes back up to hands and knees. Down dog, nice meditative movement. As you're going through this, see if you can relax muscles in your face, in your jaw. Maybe even soften the gaze or close your eyes. Moving through. Keep it going. We're warming up the shoulders, warming up the legs, getting a little mini stretch. Coming back down with control. One more time, finishing it out. Take your time. Lifting up, lower down, and child's pose, and take a moment to rest. You can allow your forehead to rest down either onto your arms, onto your mat, or onto a block. And you're going to breathe. You're going to take a moment and pause. Reassess how you feel. When we started the class, I asked you, how are you feeling today? And now, how do you feel now? Are you starting to find energy, or are you still finding fatigue? Where are you at? And honor that. That's a big part of your yoga. Coming back into downward facing dog. Going to walk your hands backwards to your toes. Bring your toes close together, maybe even touch them together, a little gap between your heels. Gonna squeeze the knees together and we're gonna rise to a chair pose. And not too deep, we're gonna stay up pretty high. We're gonna breathe in and then we're gonna slowly breathe out as you reach back, get a little deeper. And then inhale, lifting, straightening the legs a little bit, and exhale, slow sweeps back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale, forward fold, exhale. Walk your hands out to plank pose, top of a push-up. In your plank, you want to squeeze the tushy to tuck the tailbone under. That's going to pull the abs in a little harder. You're going to press as strong as you can into your hands to separate your shoulder blades. Back of the head is lifting up towards the ceiling. Your thighs are also squeezing nice and hard. 4, hips higher. That's it. So there you go. 3, 2, child's pose. Come down to your knees, sending your hips back towards your heels. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Side stretch, lift your head, walk your hands over to the right side of the mat, reach the left arm long for a quick breath. Inhale and exhale. Switching to the other side, lifting your head, reaching the arms long, feel the stretch through your ribs. Inhale, exhale. Coming back to center, make your way onto your belly for low cobras. So you're going to have your hands underneath your shoulders, but you're not going to use your arm strength much at all. You're going to keep the tops of your feet down on the floor, heels touch together. You're going to lift your head and shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together. You should feel your back muscles work. I also like to squeeze the tushy and tighten up the thighs. That way I've got everything working for me. And then lower back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And lower. Pressing into plank pose, curl your toes under. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, push yourself up, plank. Yes, get up there, get up there, get up there. Down dog, exhale. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Relax your neck. Rise to stand, reach the arms up to the sky, pull the belly button in. Forward fold and exhale. Stepping back to plank pose. Take a breath in. Lower all the way down to your belly as you exhale. Cobra, you can make it that baby again or lift a little higher. Inhale, lower back down, exhale. Plank pose, curl those toes under, press yourself up. Down dog, exhale. Walk your hands backwards to your toes. Keep your toes apart this time for a king chair. So we're going to bend the knees, feet are apart, knees are apart, reaching up. Inhale, now we're going to sweep the arms to the right. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Straighten the legs, rise all the way up to standing. We're going to do a side stretch. Hold on to your left wrist. Reach over to your right, hips move to the left. Coming through center, change the grip. And up and over to the left. Coming back to center, you're going to cactus the arms and bring the elbows a little bit lower. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, doing a mini back bend. Releasing forward fold. Soften your knees, hands come down to the floor. Walk the hands forward. We're going to flow through vinyasa. Those that knows what that is, it's a chaturanga tadasana or low plank. You can always bring the knees down as a modification, bending the elbows back towards your ribs. Cobra, straightening the arms, creating a deep back bend. Down dog, curling the toes under, lift your hips up. Taking small steps, let's walk forward again and rise to stand. Gonna grab your blocks and bring them to the top of your mat. We're gonna move into lunges. So I want you to watch right quick on how it's gonna look. You're gonna put the blocks right next to your feet, okay? You're gonna pull the belly button in. You're gonna step 1 foot back and then step it forward right next to the blocks again and the other foot back and step it forward. Now, when you're stepping back, you're trying to control this the whole time, right? So nice, slow control, coming into lunge, control it, slow it down as you step forward, okay? See how slow you can go. Now, you don't have to have blocks. You can put the blocks down. You can put your hands next to your feet to make it more challenging. That means you have to have more strength and more flexibility through the hip and through the leg, through the core. Start with the blocks and then see what you can do. Keep moving at your pace. Start to feel the heart race. Start to feel the fire burn. Noticing the things that are coming up in your body, building strength in the knees, strength and coordination through the hip joint. Four, three, two, and one. Make your way to standing. Yeah. You know how to turn the fans on? You want to turn the fans on for us? Somebody knows how over there? That's great. All right, you're going to get your ball. Hey there, ball. What's happening? If somebody knows how to turn the fans on, otherwise I'll go do it. But I figure if somebody knows. I don't know what it is. It's one or three, but just pick one of them. All right, guys, you're going to take your ball. You're going to pretend you're a basketball player. Okay. We're going to pass it underneath the knee, but really slow. Okay. This is slow motion yoga. We're working towards standing leg raise. But we have our ball as a little distraction technique. It also forces you to bring that knee up a little higher than maybe you normally would. Okay. Plus now we're making coordination. You got to do 3 things at once, right? You got to do the leg, got to pass the ball, you got to do all that stuff versus just standing and lifting a leg, right? See if you can start to slow it down, making everything even pace. Make sure you're changing the hands and not doing the same circle with the ball. That way you're passing from left to right and passing again from right to left, and you're not just going the same arm over and over again. All right, we want to make sure we can pass from both sides. 4, 3, it's all right. 2, I'll just kick it back. And 1, nice job. All right, so we're going to go into goddess. I'm going to have you guys turn to face this TV area. You're going to go open with your legs really, really wide. Turn your toes out, and you're going to take the ball down between your legs, and then you're going to bring it up over the head. Okay, so bend those knees into goddess. Stay down in those legs, and just the arms are going to go down and up. Ball goes down and up. Ball down and up. Ball down and up. One more. Ball down and up. Straighten the legs. Turn your toes straight forward and parallel. Wide-legged forward fold. So you're going to bring the ball down to the mat, and you're going to roll it forward away from you. Looking for a deep stretch in the shoulders, in the back, and in the back of the legs. And then roll the ball back to center and rise up, turn back to face the front. Okay, so next up, we are going to do a tree pose. So you're going to take the ball, you're going to place it. I'm going to do the mirror image. So I'm going to say my left, even though it's my right, but I want you to do your left leg. You're going to put it on the shin, kind of on the side, not the front of the shin and not exactly on the side, at about a 45-degree angle. Then you're going to take your right leg, you're going to put the calf, the back of the leg, in front of it. So I've got the right leg a little bit more in front of the left, and I'm going to bend the knee, and I'm going to roll the ball all the way as high as I can to the toe, and then I'm going to roll the ball back down. Now, if I can flex the foot and hover it, that would be fantastic. But if you need to put the toe down for a quick balance check, please do. If you need to come off a squishy mat, please step off to the side. Otherwise, you're going to point the toe, bring it up as high as you can. See if you can put the ball in the flat part of the foot, and then lower back down and maybe flex the foot at the bottom to hover. See if you can get a couple more of those babies in. If you need to reposition your ball, just bend down and do it. Nope, it's going to go out to the side just like your tree would. Feel like you're trying to move into your tree pose. And you want the ball to start really low, guys. Otherwise, you're going to limit your range of motion. Okay, you want the ball down low, and you're going to roll it as high as you can. I'm getting that leg up, way up. And then you're going to try the other side after you've done it 4 or 5 times. So you want to feel like it's on kind of the inner part of the shin on the standing leg and rolling up the back onto the foot of the other. My leg is going out to the side, and not exactly out to the side, but it's a 45-degree angle. I'll turn to the side so you guys can see. So I'm starting here. I've got one foot a little in front of the other. I'm going to bend the knee, then I'm going to pull it all the way up as high as I can go and lower back down. I can hover that foot or put the toe down if needed. 4 or 5 times. And when you're done doing that even Stevens, good for you. Take a breather. You're going to come back to that goddess pose. So turning to the side wall, open up the legs, turn the toes out, bend the knees. This time we're going to take the ball up and we're going to go side to side, very, very slow. Slow and control, moving right and left, feeling a side stretch and a bend, staying even between your 2 feet. Don't worry about having to go very far down. We're just going to our stopping point. Control, bent knees, toes out. 4, 3, 2, and straighten the legs, wide-legged forward, fold. You're going to bring the ball down again, but this time instead of rolling forward, you're going to roll it between your legs, back behind you, like you're trying to touch somebody in the back side of you. So we roll that ball and hold those fingers on the top of that ball. That's it. And hold it there. Knees can be bent. That way you can get a little deeper underneath it. And then bring the ball back up to center and roll up to standing. Shake out those legs. All righty. You're going to put your ball down. We're going to grab your light weights. Come to the top of your mat. You're going to bring the weights to your shoulders and you're going to step back into a warrior 1. So you're going to keep your right foot forward. You're going to lift your left heel and you're going to slowly step back. Landing, heel comes down, warrior 1. Then we're going to step forward really slow. So slowly lifting the heel, hinge forward, step forward, land up. Soften, here we go, other side. Now stepping the right foot back, slow and control, landing, warrior 1, best you can. Then lifting the heel, hinge forward, step forward. Okay, so you can keep the arms here, or we can also push the arms up into that warrior 1 position. So starting again by lifting the left heel, you're gonna soften the knee, Step back, warrior one, and push the arms up, optional push. Bending the elbows, step forward, and stand up. Other side, soften, step back, warrior one, and push. Coming back down, step forward, and switch. Let's go one more time. Soften, stepping the left foot back, warrior one. Soften, step forward, and change, other side. Left foot forward, right foot back, warrior one, push. Lower, step forward, chair pose. We're gonna bring the hands back behind for our chair. You can keep your feet apart and your knees apart. I'm gonna turn to face you, or you can do the traditional knees in, toes touch, whatever feels best to you. I'm gonna choose the knees apart, toes apart for this one today. You're gonna bend the knees. You're gonna bring the hands back behind you like a ski jumper. Holding this here. Tracking those knees right over those toes, slightly outward. Straighten the legs, bring the arms up overhead. Cactus the arms. Push up overhead. Go back into chair. Now we're gonna slowly keep the arms straight if you can. So bend the knees. You're gonna slowly sweep them back behind you. That's gonna make it much harder. Go nice and easy, slow and control. Lift them up as high as you can behind you. And then slowly straighten the legs, reach the arms up. Gonna cactus the arms, bending the elbows open. Pushing back up. Here we go, bend the knees, sweeping the arms. Take it slow and control. Feeling the strength. Squeeze the shoulder blades together on the way up. And then here we go, all the way to standing. Cactus those arms. One more time. Bending the knees, chair, arms can stay straight if you can. Slow control, oh yes. And we're gonna hold here, pulse the arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stand up. Whew. Nice job. Put your weights down. You're gonna get your blocks back out if you're using them for that lunge. We're now gonna go into lunge, crescent lunge. So blocks next to your feet, you're gonna step back to lunge, and then you're gonna reach the arms up to a high crescent. Hands will come back down, slow and control. Step forward, change legs. High crescent, oops, did I fall over? High crescent, see how hard it is? And hands down, and step forward, change legs. Now, you do it once and you go, that's really pretty simple, Stephanie. I'm gonna invite you to get your light weights. So you're gonna take your light weights into play. You're gonna take the weights up over the head, okay? So you would have your weights with you. You would step the foot back. You would lift up, press the weights up over the head. Coming back down and change sides. Into lunge, strong legs, strong core. Press up overhead and lower down. You say, but Stephanie, that's still too easy. I'm gonna say, get a heavier weight. I'm gonna say, get a little lower. Take your time, make everything smooth and control, even pace. Finishing out the one you're on. Finishing up both sides, even Stevens always. And let's land in down dog. Moving your blocks off the mat. Bring your toes to touch at the back of the mat. You're gonna lift your right leg up really high, opening up your hip to the wall. Bend your right knee, bring your heel towards your glute. You should be looking for a stretch in your right thigh. Warrior one, step that right foot forward near your right hand, or maybe just outside. Spin the back heel down and rise. Warrior 3. So you're going to hinge forward, lift the back heel, and balance, coming up into a T for Tom. Rise to standing leg raise. Kicking the left leg forward. Tree pose. You're going to bend your left knee, grab a hold of the shin to pull that heel up high. Tadasana, mountain pose. So just bringing your feet next to each other, coming back to the center of your mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Forward fold and exhale. Stepping back to plank pose, let's flow through a vinyasa, chaturanga dadasana, bhujangasana, cobra, down dog, and let's take a breath in. Inhale and exhale. Bring your toes to touch. Left leg, you're going to lift it high, bending the knee, stacking the hip, create that stretch in the left thigh. Step forward to warrior 1, Virabhadrasana. Back heel down, take your time. Warrior 3, hinging forward, lift the back heel and start to levitate, floating, making yourself into a T for Tom. Rise, standing leg raise, kicking your right leg straight and forward. Toe up to the ceiling. Tree pose. You're going to bend your right knee, grab a hold near your ankle shin area. Draw the heel in to your instep. If you can let it go, then release, arm up. And slowly release, Tadasana, coming back to the center of your mat. Take a deep breath in, you guys hanging in there? Forward fold, exhale. Stepping back, flowing through a vinyasa, chaturanga dadasana. You can modify on your knees. Cobra, bhujangasana. Child's pose, taking a breath. Okay, so we're gonna do that same sequence again. Here, I'm gonna invite you to pick up a set of weights. So you can either put your light set in front of you or your heavy set in front of you, or no set in front of you, okay? Same sequence, see if you can do it with weights. It's gonna make it a little tricky when you get to that tree pose, but do what you can, okay? All right. Downward facing dog. I'm gonna watch you guys. Right leg lifting high, bending the knee, stacking the hip. Step forward, warrior 1. Here's where you would grab your weights and bring them up over your head. From your warrior 1, you're going to move into warrior 3. Now to make it easier, you're going to bring the weights into your shoulders or by your waist as you hinge forward, lifting now the left leg up behind you. The further out the arms are towards the front of the room, reaching over your head, the harder it is. Putting the weights wherever it's best for you. And then rising up to standing leg raise, arms come up over the head, kicking that left leg forward, straight as an arrow. And then from here, you're gonna bend that left knee, tree pose best you can. I know it's gonna be hard because you really don't have a hand now to use, but see what you can do. And release. Nice. Slowly put your weights back at the top of your mat. Step back to plank pose, chaturanga dadasana, exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left leg, inhale, lifting high, bending the knees, stacking the hip. Stepping forward to warrior 1. Rising up, grab your weights if you took them on the other side, and up over the head. Then bringing the weights back down to the shoulders, hinge forward, warrior three. Levitate and float. Using the weights to your advantage here. And then slowly rise, standing leg raise, arms come up, weights over the head, right leg kicking forward, toe towards the ceiling, flexing the foot. And then you're going to bend that knee, tree pose. And release. Put your weights back down. All the way, plank pose. We're going to move into side plank. So you're going to come down either onto your forearms or stay up on your hands. You're going to swivel your heels to one side. And if you can, lift the arm. And then slowly switch plank. And slowly go, lifting the arm, side plank. Coming back to center, lower down to your belly, all the way down. Oh my goodness. So we're going to do little baby cobras, and you're going to bend one knee at a time. So I'm going to lift my head and shoulder, and at the same time, I'm going to bend my right knee, squeezing through the hamstring and glute, and then lower down. And then I'm going to do the other side, bending the knee, lifting head and shoulders, and lower down. Bending, lifting, and lower down. And bending, lifting, and lower down. One more time, bending, lifting, and lower down. And bending, lifting, lower down. Floor bow, you're going to bend both knees. You're going to reach back through your toes. Walk your fingers down to your ankles so you can flex your feet. And then kicking back and up. 4, 3, 2, and release. Child's pose with your knees together. All right, we're going to come to hands and knees. You're going to come near the top of your mat with your slider. You want this, not the green side up like grass, green side up, okay? I'm going to face you so that you can see, because you want to be off your mat with your hands and on the mat with your knees. So I am going to do what's called thread the needle. You're going to put the slider into your right hand. I'm going to thread it underneath my left. I'm going to bend the elbow and I'm going to slide all the way down, touch the shoulder, and then slide all the way back up. From here, I'm going to take the hand out to the side. I'm going to come down onto this forearm and slide, bringing the shoulder down, and then coming back up, pushing yourself all the way back up to the hand. Okay, so it's a thread the needle, all the way, slide down, then press back up, come all the way out, come down to the forearm, and let the shoulder come low. Coming back up. Let's go one more round. Sliding through. Coming back up. Coming down, and get the shoulder low. And come back up. Change arms. So we're going to thread underneath first. So crossing the left arm under the right, bending the elbow, come down low. And then come up, and then bring the arm out and bend at the elbow. Getting that shoulder to touch. See what you can do. Threading through. And coming back up. Let's see what you can do. Coming down low. and come back up and thread through and come back up and extend and come back up. Hopefully you're feeling some glute work there, right? Some core, some back. You're working, strengthening here, so you're stretching here. All right, come on to your back, knees to chest, grab your ball. Going to place the ball between your ankles and we're going to scissor the legs crisscross. This is going to stretch the backs of the legs. Not only are you stretching here, but you're strengthening your hip flexors, your adductors, your core. You're more than welcome to make it harder by lowering the legs, maybe 20%, and doing the scissor. That will work your core more, give you less hamstring stretch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remove the ball. You're going to lift your hips up and put the ball underneath your bum. So I would recommend going into bridge. So I'm going to lift my butt up really high to get the ball there, right underneath the bum on the sacrum. And then the legs go up in the air. Once you have the legs up in the air, you're going to flex your feet and open the legs to a wide V. Your knees can bend a little bit or you can keep them locked in straight. Either way, you want to start to get to a place where you can relax those muscles, just letting the gravity hold them open. This is a stretch of your inner thigh adductor. Bringing both legs together, back up towards the ceiling, figure 4 stretch or reclined pigeon. Cross the right ankle over the left knee area near the thigh, and then bend your left knee in. That's going to draw your right foot close to your chest. You can hold onto your ball if you're going to lose it. And slowly release. Other side. You're going to cross that left ankle over the right thigh right near the knee, bend the knee, and draw your left foot and leg towards your chest, nice and slow. Both legs straight up into the air. Flex your feet open to a wide V. Bringing the legs back together, bend the knees into the chest. Both legs straight up. We're going to move into splits here. So you're going to bring your right leg close to your face, keep it straight, and then lower the left leg all the way down towards the mat. Maybe the heel will touch down. You can even bend the knee a little bit, the left knee, to get that foot to tap down to the floor. Coming back to center. And now the left leg, pulling it forward without using hands, just bringing it towards your face, and then lower the right leg down. You can let that right knee soften. That'll get a deeper stretch through your hips. Then bringing both legs back up and together. Flex your feet and do happy baby, but don't touch your feet or legs. So you're going to widen the stance about shoulder width apart and then bend the knees in like you're trying to get them to touch your shoulders. So the wide stance, knees towards the arms, feet, knees bent a whole lot. Both legs straight up into the air. You're going to slowly bend the knees and place the feet back down onto the floor. However, I want you to try to land them at the same time. So you're doing some control work here. Bending the knees, strong core, toes will land down, heels will land down. Lift your hips up, move your ball out, and lower down. To finish up, we're going to do a supported fish pose. If this one works for you, great. If not, you can just lie on your back in Shavasana. The modification I like to show is with a block. So you're going to take your ball behind you right about mid-back. I feel like when I get down there, though, I feel like it's kind of between my shoulder blades. I'm going to take the block and I'm going to place it behind my head. And I'm looking to lower my head down. Arms are going to come where they're comfortable for you. I kind of like a little bit out to the side and low to get the stretch through the pectoral and through the bicep tendon and the biceps. But you can have them down by your sides if you've got too much stress there. You can straighten the legs out as well. And rest. Now, if you want a deeper stretch, you can take that block out from behind your head. But no matter what, you want to feel like it's the back of your head touching the floor. Okay. If at any time this is not working for you, please just lift everything up, move everything out. Allow your body to melt over the ball, opening up the chest, opening up the thyroid gland. Relax your jaw. If you have a block behind your head, you're going to place your hands to the block to help lift your head back up. Otherwise, hands to your head to lift your head up. And then remove everything out. The block, the ball, all goes away. And you're going to come up to seated. You can sit easy seat. You can sit Baddha Konasana seat. Either way works for me. Okay, I'm going to take the easy seat variation. Going to bring your chin to your chest. Head's going to come back up. Chin parallel to the floor. And you're going to tip the head to the right. And where it stops is where it stops. Don't feel like you have to get your ear and your shoulder to touch. Coming back to center, tipping now to the left. And then coming back to center, chin to chest. And a slight roll somewhere between the shoulder and center. So about 45-degree roll over to the right. And then come to center and a 45-degree roll to the left. Coming back to center, head comes up. We're going to stretch this part of the throat. So you're going to do like an underbite, like you're sticking your bottom jaw forward and out, like a kissy lip, and take your head up. Chin goes up, trying to stretch right through here. And relax. Nice job. Chin to the chest. You can roll down if that feels good. Come down as far as you can go. And slowly come back up, guys. Thank you so much. Namaste, yoga fit. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. I think we used almost everything. Surprisingly, I usually leave out something.